Hey friends, welcome back to Down in the Dale. I'm Shelly and I'm going to talk about my week 15 on Mounjaro. I've been taking 5 milligrams. I started on August 24th, 2025 on 2.5 and I did that for 8 weeks and then I titrated up, such a new word that I've never heard before until this journey. And I titrated up to 5 milligrams and I've been on that ever since. So this will be my 8th shot tonight of 5 milligrams and it's going really good. Side effects are just the usual, same old, same old. I won't even bother you with it. You know what it is. Anyway, so when I started August 24th, I was 287, and this week I'm down to 260.5, which is a 1.1, 1 pound, 1 ounce loss from last week. We love those little ounces. They're fantastic. They all count. Yes, they do. So, almost 27 pounds, hopefully soonish. We'll see. I mean, we're just going slow and steady. It's fantastic. It's incredible. I remember doing the whole 30 once for 1 month, right? The whole 30, that was the whole thing. It was a 30-day thing where you took out all these foods and then you slowly introduced them back as a, like, you know, to help with your inflammation or if you're allergic to stuff. Nothing really bothered me too much, but it was 30 days of no dairy and no bread and no good stuff. Kidding. I think it was like no added sugars also, probably. Oh yeah, because I remember buying like smoked sausage that didn't have sugar in it, stuff like that. But I lost 25 pounds in those 30 days. And as soon as I started introducing the dairy and the bread back in, oh my gosh, you know, the weight started to come back too. Always so much fun. But I learned a few good recipes that I liked. There was a really good sloppy joes that was in that book that I kind of still make, although now I've eaten sloppy joes here at a place in town and oh my gosh, theirs were so good. But thankfully they only make them once every 2 weeks. So what was the other thing that I liked? It was a cashew butter ice cream that I made with coconut milk. That was really good. I haven't made that in a while either, but I have made it a few times since then. Anyway, so good loss this week. Nothing else really was too strange. It snowed again. What a surprise. The snow that we've had, we got snow last weekend, and it's been around for a whole week now, which is it's the longest the snow's been here all the winters that I've been back in Michigan. So, I mean, it looks like winter. Maybe we'll actually have a white Christmas because we have not had one since I've been back. Not at all. I remember plenty of brown Christmases where it's been muddy and gross, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure we're supposed to get more snow. Always more snow in the winter. Yay. I'm just looking at my little notes to see if I had anything exciting I was going to say today. Oh, I got a lovely plate of goodies from one of my neighbors who I happen to actually go to school with. And I have a couple other neighbors that I graduated with too around here, you know, which happens when you move back to your little small town after living away for so long and you move back to the neighborhood you grew up in out in the boonies. But there's a nice little group of houses out here. It's not really the boonies. And there's always cars whizzing by on my road. Not at the moment though. I haven't seen one. But I'm gonna share. She gave me 2 nice little plates of goodies and I'm gonna share with my sister and my mom, but I kept a few to have before Christmas. I'm gonna put them in the freezer though because they're gonna be too much staring at them every time. Not really. Honestly, I'm trying to think. There's not anything that I've really been craving or having, I mean, I used to make Buckeyes, if you know what those are. They're just like little, a Buckeye nut is the Ohio State Buckeyes, and it's dark brown, and then it has like a little light brown center. So basically Buckeyes are just dipped peanut butter balls. And I used to make those all the time, and I would send them back here when I was in California. I mean, I would make like 800 or so. I can't remember. One year I think I made 837. But I had my landlady, the person I rented my place from, she would help me. She used to work in a commercial kitchen, so she loved doing stuff like that. So she would help me, so that wasn't so bad. She'd roll them and I'd dip them, and it just took forever. But they were always so good. But I'm not making that stuff anymore because nobody needs that. I don't want to perpetuate this stuff on people. But I did make, last year I made hot chocolate for everybody for Christmas. So I'll probably do that again this year. Shh. Don't tell anybody. Haha. So let's see. What else? Oh, I wanted to share a screenshot of my Renfo scale. So I'm going to talk about that. I have to look at because I can't read it. Well, because I'm recording on my phone and my iPad didn't update, so I have it on my computer. But, so this Renfo scale is really cool. I'm sure I've talked about it before. There is another one. There's a class of scales that have this bar that you raise up, and that sends the electrical impulses through your whole body, so that gets a better picture and a better picture of what's going on. And like the scale that I have only sends you just stand on it, but it does send some little electrical impulse or current. I don't know, you don't feel it through your body, but it only goes like through the bottom half of your body. So the ones that have the bar that you hold on to, they're really cool because they show you a picture of your body with the fat and that, and fun times. I'd love to see that. I mean, I can look in a mirror and see it right now, but anyway. So the one I have does comparisons, and I got it a month after I started, so I got it in September of this year. What's today? Today's December 7th, 2025. I started August 24th, and I got this scale. Well, let's see. The first day I used it was September 13th. So it was like 3 weeks after I started. So when I say how much I weigh on here, I use my other scale that I started with on August 24th. This one's a little heavier, barely though. I mean, like, okay, so, oh, maybe not. Oh no, yes it is. This one's a half pound more because I was 260.5 on my other scale, and this one was 261 this morning. But I'll take that 260.5 over the 261. Anyway, every ounce counts. So I got this scale on I must have gotten it on September 12th, and I did it September 13th because I would never weigh myself in the afternoon. No. So it was 278.4, and then my weight this morning on this scale was 261. So according to this scale, since September 13th, I'm down 17.4 pounds. And then the BMI was 46.4. See, I still can't even, I'm blind. 46.4, and this morning is 43.5. So my BMI, according to this, has gone down 2.9. My body fat has gone down 4.5%. My skeletal muscle has actually gone up 2.7%. I don't understand this stuff. My fat-free mass has gone up 5.4 pounds. My subcutaneous fat, which is the bad fat around your organs, has gone down 3.7%. My visceral fat, which is, I don't know, that's probably bad too, right? No, is the visceral fat the one that's around your body organs? Probably, maybe, I don't know. That's down 2. Just 2. Started at 26 and now it's 24. I don't know what that means either. Look it up. My body water is up 3.1%. My muscle mass has actually gone up 5 pounds, which that's really cool because, you know, I do go to the gym. I haven't been in a couple of weeks because of my tennis elbow, and my knee, which was bugging me too. But that's really good because they always, you know, everybody you hear, oh, not everybody, but you hear, you're going to lose muscle, you're going to lose muscle. Well, I haven't. I've gained, which is cool. So my bone mass is up 0.4 pounds. Or I don't know what that is either. I have to read these things. That would tell me, honestly. Where are we? Oh, protein is up 1.3. My BMR is at 1413, which I think is like, I don't know. That's the calories you lose while if you weren't doing anything, something like that. I don't know. But my metabolic age is the scary one, which hasn't changed yet. I mean, it's not scary, but because it could be way older, but it says 66 and I'm not 66. No. Okay, let's go back to this. Yeah, so the Renpho scale is really cool. I use that. I love that. I have a Ninja Creamy that I've not used, and I want to make some sort of protein ice cream using my ultra filtered protein milkshake that I get from Aldi, the Elevation ones, they have vanilla and chocolate. I'm not so excited about chocolate ice cream, but I don't know what I'll do. I'll probably make some sort of flavored one with the vanilla and some other flavors. I mean, anyway. But I love those. Those are really good. And what else? The Ninja Creamy, my lovely air fryer, which is another Ninja thing. Yesterday I went to the American Legion for breakfast with my mom and my sister, and she brought her 2 grandsons because Santa came to breakfast, which was a lot of fun. And the boys didn't know Santa was coming, but then somebody, one of the workers there, when they were bringing coffee around, said, "Are you guys excited to see Santa?" So they were all excited then. And they were. It was really fun. I'll put a little video of Santa. He came in on a fire engine. So we'll put a little video of that right there. And then they got pictures with Santa and got a couple of candy canes, so they were happy. And then yesterday I met some friends in town for dinner, and it was our town's little light up Christmas parade. So they have an organic farm, and they decorated their Ranger, their little UTV, and were pulling a trailer that they had some lights on and some hay bales. And so their family and a couple other friends of ours drove through the town on the wagon. I'll insert pictures from there. Also in video my sister took when we drove by where my sister and her family were standing. That was a lot of fun. It was cold, and I wasn't dressed for it. I wasn't going to stay, but my friends enticed me to stay, so I always enjoy hanging out with them anyway, so it was fun, even though it was whiny and cold. But I had a blanket. Thank you, Mary. She brought a blanket. I probably had one in my car, and I thought about it. I would have run to get it before, but I didn't know if it's in there or not. I usually keep a blanket in my car, but because you never know when you're going to get stuck in a snowdrift. We don't have any right now, though, snowdrifts. Okay, I think that's all I wanted to talk about this week. It was a great week. I'm going to now go talk about my California story of the week. So as I've said, I used to work at a Hollywood studio. It might be Warner Brothers, probably is Warner Brothers. It is Warner Brothers. I don't know why I don't just say it. I don't care. I worked there for 27 years. It was great. Started off in New York, and then the office moved to Burbank. So that's why I ended up out in California. Anywho, and they're being supposedly, well, it's not a done deal yet, but they're being bought by Netflix. That was announced this week. We'll see how that'll work. People always get so scared with the straight to streaming, but Netflix has released a few things in the theater, I think, to get like Oscar nominations. Anyway. Ooh, I haven't said that many anyways today. That's surprising. So, my story of the week. worked in international theatrical where we got the movies out worldwide. I think I said that before too. So the people who were the actors in the movies would come into our building for meetings, production meetings or marketing meetings to see promotional materials. So our building had had a couple of atriums. It was the glass building, if you know that building at Warner Brothers. And there were a couple different atriums, and there was just a lot of glass. And I don't know why they did this, but when they put the conference rooms in, they were on the other side of the atrium. So you could, as you're walking down the hall, you could see in there if they didn't close the curtains. And our copy room was across the street from one of the smaller conference rooms. And somebody comes to me and says, Gerard Butler's in the conference room across from the copy room. And I'm all, oh my gosh. He was there to talk about 300, because that was the film that was about to come out at that time. So I think I printed like 10 different things 5 minutes apart and walked over to the copier, to the copy room, and get my stuff off the copier, just so I could see him in there. I saw him every time I walked by, because there he was. They didn't shut the curtains. I don't know why. People should have shut the curtains, and people wouldn't have been wandering around. I wasn't wandering. I was at work, and I was doing work. I was getting stuff off the copier that really needed to be copied or printed and off it, Anyway, so that is my story of the week. Gerard Butler, my celebrity sighting of the week, I should say, because I didn't meet him, but I saw him through the window. He wasn't all jacked up, because that was after, they make these movies and it's months before they're finished and come out, from the time they end filming until they're actually in the theaters is usually not quite some time, but they have to do editing and everything. And so, he was pretty jacked for 300, but he was cute. He's adorable anyway. So Gerard Butler, California, celebrity sighting of the week. They're not all going to be celebrity sightings. I don't know, maybe. I mean, I have a lot of them, but we'll see. Anyway, I could talk about hiking in California. Hiking in California is really cool too. It's a lot of fun. I used to go with my friend Julia. We would go hiking. I made her go on this one hike one time where the trails were really, really tiny. And the edge of the trail was the edge of the mountain we were going up or down, or hill was it? It was probably, I don't know. We were up in the mountains, but near Pasadena. You look up, there's mountains there. Gosh, where were we that one time? I don't know. We only went maybe halfway up, and she just did not like it, so we came back down. It was a nice little hike, though. We had a good time. So that's it. 1.1 pounds down this week. I'm going to take my 16th shot tonight. I need to get it out of the refrigerator. I usually have it out of the refrigerator by now, because you need to let it come to room temperature for a little bit. I would never inject myself with it being ice cold, because then it would just be weird. Probably, maybe, I don't know. I really appreciate you guys sticking around. Leave me a comment, how it's going, what's going on. Do you have any questions? Do you have any suggestions? Do you have any good protein ice cream or frozen dessert? Doesn't matter. Frozen dessert thing for the Ninja Creamy, which I've probably had that 3 or 4 months and I haven't used it. I really need to, because that's why I bought it, to use it, and I like ice cream. So we'll see. Going from 287 to 260.5 is huge. And I'm just getting started. There's a long way to go. So stick around with me here, people. Like and subscribe. My goal for week 16 is to keep building healthier habits. Get back to the gym sooner or later. But these single-digit morning temps don't help. I mean, I have a walking pad. And I do a little walking program. And I just got I got some 3-pound weights. So, but you can use anything for weights. You can use soda cans, you can use vegetable cans, whatever. I don't know why I'm looking in my living room for cans of vegetables. There aren't. Who knows? So anyway, I just want to try and maybe meal plan a little bit this week. Probably won't, but I want to. Want and doing are two different things. You just need to do it. Anyway, I know what I want to make. We'll see if I get it done. Small steps, but keep doing them and you keep going. And I know I've said this already. Like and subscribe, and I will see you next week to see how week 16 went. Take care. Bye-bye now.